What's up guys? Today quick conclusion of the overall iPadOS experience few months later in comparison to the iPadOS 14, because the initial impressions of iPadOS 15 have not been really that great since people had been expecting way more than it was presented, and there was a lot of ranting about this whole OS. So how is it really? Let's find out. And to talk about iPadOS, I'm gonna be straight and go straight to the point. I feel like nothing really changed. I'm using the iPadOS 15 beta, and all I basically see is the fact that in performance and overall smoothness, these things really improved. Back then on iPadOS 14, my iPad mini 5 started feeling slow after I experienced the M1 iPad Pro with 120Hz and way better hardware. But now with the 15, I feel like it's smoother, it's faster, the animations look better, and 60Hz just looks like 90Hz. Really great experience. Same with the one new wallpaper that we got. That is something big, yeah. And then the widgets, the quick notes, the Safari changes, the overall changes in the multitasking, and a couple of other things that have been added. But these are all great features to be added, and for sure they are functional, for sure the OS feels better, feels revived, and overall it's a better OS than iPadOS 14 ever was. But this is not enough. iPadOS 15 is what iPadOS 14 should have been like. And now with the 15 version we should be getting way more features than we are getting. And as I'm saying, the overall version of the 15 is really solid. I have no complaints. I'm really positively surprised how these small changes affected the overall user's experience. The multitasking, even though the core of that is identical, but the overall experience of that and usability of that is way better than it was on the 14. And then again, quick note, so far I haven't been using that much, maybe because I still have holiday, but that may change up later, we will see to that. The wallpaper is quite significant since finally something fresh, something new, yeah. I'm just joking a little bit about that stuff, but yeah, you see this newer wallpaper, so you kinda react to that. The widgets look way better, and I think that the overall home screen modifications look better than they did. Again, the multitasking, the Safari to the core, I feel like it's pretty much identical. There have been some changes and you can clearly see them at first, but it's still the same Safari. Nothing really changed that much. And the overall OS feels more revived, feels better, sure, feels smoother, which is a way bigger deal than I thought, since it is really nice to use, and I personally love that. But I think the functionality of that can be better, especially if you have seen my video about iPad Pro, M1 iPad Pro, why it's not such a hot seller, best seller like it should be, mainly because of that OS, because of the limitations, because of the fact that it's not that capable. And again, I love iPadOS. I think that the 15 version brings a lot to the table, is overall a solid version, but it's just going extremely slowly forward, just to tickle down some of the features slowly, not too fast, so it won't harm any sales of the MacBook, God forbid. And yeah, you can clearly feel that with the 15 version, that there are some changes, there are some modifications, but it's all for the purpose, to bring something new, but not too much, because hey, you're still gonna buy that MacBook. And am I being a little bit of hater? Well, I don't really think so. I think these points are kinda justified, and a lot more could have been done. What's fantastic is the fact that you get that iPadOS 15 when you buy iPad 8th generation, iPad Air 4, older iPads, even with iPad 6, first iPad Pro, iPad Air 2, you do get these changes and they are great. The fact that you can have all of these like for $200 on iPad 6, that's tremendous. But on the other hand, it hurts a little bit that you have iPad Pro models that are so capable and they still have to run the same software. And I think that's the main point. That's why people are overall angry about this version. But if you're coming from like iPad 6, 7, 8, maybe some older models, less capable models, and the fact that you still have that iPadOS, full iPadOS 15 experience on your tablet, that is amazing. Like, congratulations. I mean, seriously, that's fantastic. But I would just want to see a little bit more. A software that can take advantage of that M1 processor on the M1 iPad Pro. And that's why I feel like the 15 has been a little bit of a disappointment. And seeing all of these changes not being that huge and comparing them to the iPadOS 14, I mean, 14 was really not a big upgrade whatsoever. It only brought like Scribble and widgets looking a little bit better, and that was it. So I feel like those features should have been already implemented on the 14 version. I mean, especially considering the fact that widgets were available on iPhone since iOS 14. And yeah, that's why I feel like the 15 is kind of a little bit slow and a little bit, and you know, not making that much of an impact, because it just didn't introduce that much, and it really disappointed a little bit our expectations. And that's the main takeaway. But the overall software is fantastic, and it feels way better than iPadOS 14 ever did for me, and I like that version. I just wish it could have added a little bit more compared to what it has added right now. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy my takeaway on iPadOS 15. If you did, make sure to press the like button, smash that subscribe button for content like that and way more, and hopefully until next time.